All right, man. It looked like Steve Smith, former NFL receiver, worked for NFL Network, Panthers, Baltimore Ravens, has converted to the Church of Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions. After trashing the Lions just 1 week into the 2021 season, Steve Smith is suddenly a believer in Detroit and Dan Campbell. So, I mean, I guess going up there and spending some time and listening to what they were saying, and and that's why the Lions wanted to get on Hard Knocks to change the perception and see that and show people that Dan Campbell is turning around the culture and doing some things that's in the right way. But they can talk about it, and people bought into Marinelli. Some people bought into Mariucci. For rest in peace to Gary Motor. I thought they should have never fired Gary Motor. He came back as an interim coach and had 8-8. You know, but until they do it, then I can't 100% believe in it until they physically actually do it and really turn it around. You know, so until they actually physically turn it around, I ain't no believer until they do it. But it's a former NFL receiver turned NFL Network personality. Steve Smith is never afraid to speak his mind. So in Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell made plenty of headlines last year, often for the wrong reasons. He wasn't one to shy away from criticism. He was most vocal after Lions Week 1 loss to San Francisco. Specifically, uh, Smith believed the infamous sideline interaction between cornerback Jeff Okudah and secondary coach Arby Pleasant wasn't a clear indication that the new Lions regime was a clear indication that it was a train wreck waiting to happen, and he didn't need any other evidence. Quote again, I question the culture, Smith told the Free Press after the Pleasant sideline blow. Has it changed? No, it hasn't changed. And probably after this article, coach is going to say, I love to have Steve come in and observe. Bro, I don't need to observe. Of course, most of us know at the time that judging the entire culture of a franchise based on one emotional in-game interaction between two people he had never met was ridiculous. Smith's comments drew further criticism when he openly admitted that he hadn't seen Pleasant and Okuda embrace moments later. And sure enough, it turns out Smith did need to see a little bit more about the Lions and Campbell had to offer. Because earlier this week on the NFL Network, Smith was singing a completely different tune. He said, quote, I've been very critical of Coach Campbell based off when he was picked up as a coach. He went through his first interview was very passionate. It was a little aggressive. It was a little extra, Smith said on NFL Network this week. He the one that called somebody a little bit passionate, a little bit extra. He the king of extra on the NFL field, bro. He the king of passionate and extra. Him and Ray Lewis, well, at least for passion, Ray Lewis. That's crazy with somebody who got the same intensity or comparable intensity, call a spade a spade. He said, but I just also see what he's done. I have to go back and say I'm really impressed to what he has done, and now he's doing things. You're talking about teams that, yes, they were 3-13, but 7 losses by single digits last year, second most in the NFL. That's also telling me they're close. They're on the verge of doing something special. No one hand is refreshing to hear pundits admit that they bit of hasty in their judgment. On the other hand, Smith should have never jumped to a conclusion in the first place. So yeah, he said Smith knows that some will come skeptical of Detroit based on their history, but it truly believes Campbell's creating the kind of Lions team we haven't seen in a long time. Quote, somebody will be listening and say, you're talking about the Detroit Lions. That's my point, Smith continued. Quote, we know the Detroit Lions have been for a very long time. And I believe Coach Campbell has them on the verge of changing the cultures. The type of players that he's bringing in, the type of coaches that he's bringing in, he's saying that he's all in, he's invested. And he's giving these young men, some of these old guys, an opportunity to say, hey, can you change the culture? Can Coach Campbell, and Coach Campbell's doing that. So apparently he's seeing the light. A lot of these dudes don't like to admit when they're wrong. We can say that. They hate to admit that when they're wrong. They hate it. But credit to Steve Smith, one of my favorite players to watch play. Remember him and Musa Muhammad was going crazy down there in Carolina. Very passionate guy. Funny he called out his passion. Campbell's passion. You know, you know. But uh but they got to do it. We've seen this before. People say, "Well, they really turned around. They really cool." Remember, Mike Valenti started saying that after they had that game in versus Atlanta, I think it was. It looked like Golden Tate scored the touchdown he did. And he said, "Well, you finally got a really good team in Detroit. Now I can see it starting to turn around." And then after that, It plummeted. So we done seen this shit before with guys from the outside or people was in the city that's been very critical of the Detroit Lions. Say, well, they starting to finally turn it around. But until it's turned around, it ain't turned around. That's what I can say. Until they turn it around, it ain't turned around. So we can go back and forth about it. Is they on the verge of doing this and they on the verge of doing that? We gonna have to wait and see. It's as simple as that. It's a wait and see approach. We done seen this time and time again, bro. We done seen this time and time again with the Lions. Is it truly turned around? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But it's good to see that people starting to see that they on the bandwagon. You got to understand too. Not only is people starting to jump and join that bandwagon, people are starting to put money on the Lions to be a surprise team. But you get that from guys that talk a good game. That's the number one part of hustling, bro. Is being able to talk. That's what hustling is. It's talking. Talking fast, using flashy words. That's how you get women. How you think the pastor get all the women in the church to like him? It's about the wordplay. Then it's about the physical nature and how how you do this and how you do that, and the third. It's about the wordplay. But of course people buying in, but they gonna have to do it. Of course, Dan Campbell massaging these niggas in, massaging them, and they feeling good about it, and this, that, and the third, and he's very engaged and he's a great talker. But we'll see eventually, can he close the deal and bring them back? Well, bring them up because they ain't been nowhere in a long time, so they ain't really bringing them back from nothing. But we'll see. But yeah, I feel that they could be on the verge of something special, but until they get a quarterback, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's my humble opinion on it. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the video, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification. We go live, drop video. Financial and support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit my link tree, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.